I remember you told me a story when we met in Berlin, where in the beginning of this year you discovered something really important, and I would love to hear that story again because I think it's just really inspiring.
Yeah, so I ended a very traumatic relationship where I found that my body responded in the most profound way. Like I was getting a lot of pelvic pain and I was kind of not listening to it, and I was getting phantom bladder infections and not really sure, but I knew that there was something going on in my relationship that was not right. And, you know, it turns out, you know, my body was really telling me about a real inauthenticity that was occurring in the relationship, but also the process of being in that relationship. I'm sure many women might get this, is that my body just shut down. My pelvis just shut down. My psoas tightened. My muscles tightened. I'd lost my libido. I didn't feel like having sex. And I actually wanted to quit my work as a sexologist because I just felt so deeply inadequate. And I felt like I should be able to have healed this and have had this really conscious relationship and have not, you know, had to go through this real trauma with this man. But what actually happened, and so now I have a lot of love for this person, is that I ended up needing healing. And so I went to a healer in Bali, Matt Schwentek, and I asked him for a yoni healing, a de-armoring session, and we discovered a lot of pain in my pelvis. And then he got to my cervix and he was like, do you feel that? And I said, feel what? And he said, I'm on your cervix. And I was like, I cannot feel a thing. Mm-hmm. And he was like, really? Not a thing? And I was like, not a thing. And I was shocked, actually, and, you know, pretty disappointed, because I know through my research and my work that the cervix is an amazing trigger point for, you know, orgasm in the tantric world. It is like it is the connection to spirit through the cervix.
Could you just quickly tell the ones who don't know what the cervix is, where it's located exactly?
Yeah, it's at the top of the vaginal passage. It's like the real start of the uterus, right? So. Yeah, so, and it feels like the top of your nose, you know, where there's a little indentation. It kind of pokes out like a little nose. And so we can get back. It's quite important to talk about the shape and the...
Yeah, let's go into that in a second. Yeah.
We'll go back then.
Yeah.
So Matt sent me on this mission, basically, to start stimulating my cervix. And I was not great at keeping up with the practice, so I thought, I'm going to start this group. And I brought Shay in to help me, and the project went pretty much viral. And that's how the project was birthed. And then it just became this deeper and deeper journey into not just sexuality, but spirituality and the feminine psyche. And we're really working with the archetype of the feminine. And through the project, it really feels like there's transmission just through the sharing on the board, as women like de-armor their emotional bodies as well and give up resisting who they are and what they're feeling and just let it out. And it is, it's amazing to watch how this practice has led to a sense of empowerment, like you say. It's like once you start claiming yourself and feeling into your power, there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that, and there's a lot of letting go, and there's a lot of grief that comes up, because we have to face how, as women, we might have sacrificed ourselves for someone else's pleasure. We might have said